Did you know that Christianity was used as a justification for slavery? The church supported it because they actually believed that the Bible promoted it. Because there are passages in the scriptures recognizing and regulating slavery, the mindset is if the Bible does not condemn it, then the Creator must condone it. Let's read an excerpt from this journal article that was written in 1835 showing how they condoned slavery. It says slave owners had many justifications for why holding people in bondage was acceptable, from the idea that African Americans were a lesser race who needed taking care of by white patriarchs to the economic justification. Slave owners were always trying to find new ways to dispute those who disagreed with their choice to hold others in captivity. It says Charleston slaveholders were no exception in attempting to find justifications to mask their guilt. Often, religion came into play on both the slavery and anti-slavery sides of the debate. In 1835, at the end of two long articles about religion and slavery in the Charleston Mercury, it was said that both the Old and New Testament give permission to hold others as slaves. So according to these religious leaders, slavery was not anti-Christian because such a conclusion contradicted God. Those religious leaders believed that so-called Negroes were savages and they deserved to be enslaved. Has that mindset really changed? But is it possible for those religious leaders to not know the barbaric history of Europeans? Take a look at this excerpt from the Smithsonian Magazine. It's entitled Europe's Hypocritical History of Cannibalism. It says from prehistory to the present, with many episodes in between, the region has a surprisingly meaty history of humans partaking of other humans. So it says references to acts of cannibalism are sprinkled throughout many religious and historical documents, such as reports of Europeans selling the flesh of others in 11th century English markets. Now, should they also be reminded that there are cases of them doing this to the people they had enslaved here in America, and they call us savages? Another thing that Christians and religious leaders ignored is how slavery affected the families of those who were enslaved. Slavery not only inhibited family formation, but made stable, secure family life difficult, if not impossible. Now, how does that align with Scripture? Enslaved people could not legally marry in any American colony or state. Colonial and state laws considered them property and commodities, not legal persons who could enter into contracts. And marriage was and is very much a legal contract. This means that until 1865, when slavery ended in this country, the vast majority of African Americans could not legally marry. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you was obviously a scripture of little importance. It was a scripture they chose to ignore. For more on this topic, please refer to the link in the description and join me next time.